Welcome to this Keep Moving Me dance class for women with breast cancer. My name is Irene, and as a breast cancer survivor myself, I know firsthand how overwhelming the diagnosis and treatment can be. That's why I'm so excited to share this series of dance classes with you, designed to help you find moments of joy, peace, and wellness during this difficult time. Today's class will focus on centering your thoughts. We will literally work on centering the thoughts on the center of the body, working on our core strength and coordination in relation to the center of the body. We also store a lot of emotions in our center. Fear we feel in the stomach, tension gets stored in the shoulders, but also in the psoas. And we will try to bring our attention to belly breathing during movement and to strengthening of the core. We will start with a warm-up and then work on a series of exercises for strengthening the core. And after that, we will go into an improvisation where we connect all our limbs to our center. Finally, we will finish with stretches to help relax the center and help release any tension or stress that might be left in the body. If you have a yoga block or a big book, keep it close so you can use it for the stretches at the end. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope you find this class to be a source of comfort, inspiration, and empowerment. Let's dance! Today we're talking all about centering our thoughts, so quite literally around the center of the body. We're going to work out the core a little bit, and more figuratively about getting our thoughts to center around one specific topic. To stay focused on our bodies and not let our minds wander and run away with us if we get stressed. So for this first one, I'm going to invite you to lie down. So if you have a mat, you can use a mat. You don't have to. You can just lie down on your floor or on your carpet, or take a blanket if it's a cold day and you want to have something between you and the floor. So first of all, I'm going to invite you to lie down on your back and install yourself in a comfortable position here, with your arms along the side of your body. And if you prefer, you can place your hands on your belly to feel your breathing and feel the rise and fall of your belly every time you inhale or exhale. And we can tune in to the little music that we hear in the background so that it helps us also to stay anchored in the space. Yes, good. Now focus on your breathing, letting your belly rise and fall. Close your eyes if you want to, or stare at a fixed point on your ceiling if maybe that is more comfortable. Now try to relax the muscles in your legs as much as you can. Try to relax your shoulders as much as you can. And try to keep searching for this connection between your hands that are touching the center, the core of the body, and your breathing. Great. Now, you're going to imagine that there is always a connection between your center and your hands, and your center and your feet, and your center and your head. That last one might be the most easy one because your spinal column actually connects your center to the top of your head. But we're going to open our arms and spread them out on the floor, and maybe we're going to widen our legs a little bit like a starfish. And we're going to lie down here on our back, opening the arms. Let's see if that maybe already gives quite an intense stretch over the front of the body, in the shoulder, the arm, or the breast that has been operated on, or if it's both, on both sides. Keep feeling that imaginary connection between your fingertips and your belly button, and your toes and your belly button. And whenever you feel ready, I'm going to invite you to roll over to one side. So from our starfish, we're going to go into a tiny little ball, and we're going to roll onto one side of the body. And maybe you want to breathe here a little bit before opening back out into our starfish. Let's see how that feels. And then you can roll over to the other side of the body. And breathe here. Before we come up, out into our starfish, onto our back. Again. And every time we bend, we bring everything closer to our center. And every time we go back into our starfish, we open out to bring everything as far away as we possibly can from our center. So let's do that again. We bring everything close to the center. And we reach out as far as we can away from our center. So reach your arms out in the space, your legs out in the space. And we're gonna bring everything into the center. And out into the space. Now, if that hurts on one side, you can also just do it to the same side several occasions. We go into one side. And reach out far into the space, into your starfish. And let's go again, bring everything into the center. And out into the back. Good. Now we can use our hands to come up into a seated position, if you will. And we're gonna keep our mat for the next exercise. Now, for this next exercise, we're gonna work out the core. We're gonna do this very slowly and with a lot of attention, but we're gonna bring our thoughts to the center. So what we're gonna do is we're constantly gonna try to activate the muscles in the whole center area. Yeah, so we're gonna bring ourselves to be on our hands and knees with our back as straight as possible. So that means that we're not gonna let the lower back fold here and let our bellies hang out, but we're gonna try to activate our abs so we can straighten this part of the back. Now try to place your hands under your shoulders and your knees under your hips. So not too far in front or too far hanging over, but trying to really balance yourself here on these 4 points. Now we're gonna listen to a little bit of music to help us make this more doable. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna create an opposition. So we're gonna extend one arm and the other leg. And now we're gonna keep our belly button engaged to lift up in the space and to bring it down here and bring it back in. We're gonna change. So the other arm and other leg, so always opposition, never the same side. You're gonna fall over. And up. And we're gonna lower. And we're gonna bring it in to our basic position. We go again. One arm, one leg. We keep alternating sides. Lifting up. And lowering onto the floor and bringing it back in. And let's go out. And now lift. Try to reach the arm away from your center, foot away from your center. And now we bring everything back into place. One more time each side. Here we go. And lift up. And you're doing a great job. You're almost there. And finish this one. Last side. Here we go. Out. And lift. And lower. And we're gonna go in. Now we're gonna change this one up to go onto our backs with our legs parallel to the floor. You can place your arms on the floor if you want. And here we go. One foot goes down to the floor and it comes back up. Another foot and come back up. And you're gonna feel this In your abs. Very good. Ta-da. Hey, lower. And bring it up. Again, 1. And lift it up. Yes, go slow. It's more work when you go slow. If you go fast, you're gonna feel it less. 1. And bring it up. Can you do one more? Yes. Okay. Now bring your knees in. Here we go. Okay, good. Good job. Yes. Now you can use your knees to bring yourself back up to sitting. For the next exercise, we're going to clean up our mat because we're going to be standing. For this exercise, we are going to look into the connection between our extremities and our center. So we're going to imagine that there is an invisible elastic between our hands and our center, and between our toes and our center, and between our head and our center. So every time we, for example, reach our arm out into the space, it's like we're pulling an elastic away from our center, and every time we come back, this elastic brings us back to the center of the body. And we pull away like we're really feeling this resistance in the arms of the elastic that keeps our hand connected to our center. Yeah, so we're going to try this with all the different body parts, with the head, with the legs, and with the arms, with a little bit of music. So we're going to start by placing the hands on or around the belly button. Good. And we're going to feel this connection to our center with our hands. Let's start with one arm. We go out and back in. Again, out and back in. Good. One more time, maybe somewhere else, maybe a little higher, and back in. And a little diagonal, maybe, perhaps. Let's see what you want to try. Maybe it reaches out low into the space to come back. Or maybe it reaches all the way behind you to come back to the center. Now let's try a leg. Maybe the leg goes out to the side a little bit to come back closer to the center, and reaching out and coming back to the center. Let's do it again. Out and in, and reaching out and back in. Now can we do the same with the head? Reach far into the space and back to the center. And reach far into the space and back to the center. And now see how maybe your arms want to go at the same time as your head moves away from the center. Or maybe you want to take a leg as well. Or maybe we feel just like moving the arms. Maybe the head wants to come with us. That's great. Yes, you're doing a good job. Reach into space. Maybe it's just one arm and coming back. Maybe it's just one leg. Out and come back. Or maybe it's several body parts at the same time and coming back to the center. Reaching the head long into the space, reaching your spine and bending it. And let's do it one more time. Reach out in the space and let go. Yes, really well done. Great job. Now, for today's stretches, we're going to work a little bit on what we have been working out. So first, I'm going to invite you to lie on your belly on the mat to make a little cobra. So we're going to stretch a little bit the spine, the front of the body to open it up. And after, if you have maybe a yoga block or maybe a dictionary, a thick book that you can grab to have close to you is going to help with the final stretch that we're going to do. So if you have one or a book or something, it can be a phone book or a dictionary or something like that that is quite thick and quite sturdy. Don't start making a pile of books because they're just going to slide away. That's not the solution. So take the biggest book you can find and put it close to you. If you need to pause me, you know what to do. We're going to lie on our bellies with our hands under our shoulders. And we're gonna slowly press to open a little bit the front of the body. If this is enough, then this is enough. If you want to place your hands a little bit further in front of you and push a little bit further, you can, but don't overdo it. So maybe you place the elbows under your shoulders and you find this a comfortable position. Or maybe you press a little bit further. So you have three options. Hands close by, just a little opening of the upper back, shoulders and elbows aligned, so we have a little more intense stretch, or pressing off from the hands to look all the way up to the ceiling. And don't stay here too long. So this is enough. We're gonna come up to a seated position, and we're gonna open one leg and keep the other one bent, so we feel a nice and gentle stretch on the inside. If you feel you can lean a little bit forward, you feel that intensifies the stretch immediately, or you can place your forearms on the floor. Yeah, there's no need to do this too long or too intense. So maybe you're just sitting up straight and that's already enough of a stretch. And we're gonna change into the other leg. And we're gonna go here, placing the hands in front of you. Yes, good. And maybe you place the elbows on the floor if you can, if you want to, but you really don't have to. Yes, so maybe you're just staying here. Maybe you're just staying on your sits bones, feeling the inside of the leg stretching. Now, for this final one is when I promised you're gonna need your brick or your book. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna lie on our backs. And to get started, we're gonna push into our feet to lift the pelvis up a little bit, and we're gonna place the brick under our pelvis. Now we're gonna stretch one leg away from our center, and we're gonna bring the knee towards us. Now you can pull as much as you want or as little as you want. And to just relax in this position for a little moment. You're gonna feel the opening of the left hip in this case, and the stretch that we create with the other leg. And try to just breathe here a little bit, sink in the position, to calmly let the sensations install themselves in your body. And from here we're going to let go of the knee, and we're going to lengthen both legs and take a moment to see if we feel any different in one side or the other. And then when you're ready, you bend the other knee to bring it into your chest by maybe holding onto your knee or your shin. Or if that's too much, you can always grab onto the back of the leg, make it a little bit easier. And we try to feel the stretch here in the front of the hip while we bring the knee towards our shoulder. And take 2 more deep breaths here. You can close your eyes if you feel that's comfortable, or you can stare at a point on your ceiling that gives you a sort of calm focus. And we're gonna let go of this leg as well, feeling in this position, slightly arched back, how we're feeling. Before we place both feet on the floor, and we're gonna take away our block or our book, and we're going to put it to the side, and then we're going to lengthen our legs just for a moment to feel how that makes our lower back relax into the floor. And if you're comfortable here, I'd invite you to stay a little bit longer. And if you want, you can come with me and roll onto one side of the body to slowly move yourself up into a seated position to let the sensations install themselves in your body. And I hope you feel tired, but in a good way. I hope you feel your center, and I hope you can keep your focus on anchoring your body around the core, around the center for the rest of the day. And I hope to see you really soon. Bye.